What's up? What's up? It's Saturday, 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 Saturday. We're here. Pisces, are you out there? Hello? Hello, Pisces. We're going to get some inspirational and motivational messages and see why you need to hear them. I'll repeat this later. Ooh, I had to drink my coffee. Ooh, because I actually just woke up. Hello, Pisces. Come on in. I didn't actually just wake up. I woke up at like 9 o'clock this morning. And a lot is going on. So we just went live last night, but here we are. We back again. I told you guys we were not going to stop. I thought I told you. Let me not say that. Anyway, we're going to get some inspirational and motivational messages for Pisces at this time to figure out kind of like what God, Source, Spirit, Universe wants you to know, and how they want you to focus your energy, because there's a lot that's going on right now that could possibly bring your energy down. And when you're a Pisces, you have to understand that a lot of what you feel is a reflection of what other people feel. And you don't necessarily want to allow yourself to get caught up in the whirlwind tornado of what's going on around you if you can help it, right? Your energy is very potent, and you're able to, as a Pisces, your energy is very potent, and you're able to kind of like feel what other people are feeling, but you also have this power within you to project certain energy out into the world. And I just want you guys to have, some inspiration and motivation to help get you through the coming times. Whatever you need to hear, we're going to be on here. Okay. Hey, you guys. I was talking. I see you guys popping up in there. What's up? Thank you guys so much for the hearts. Y'all hit the little hearts. Y'all hit the screen. Tap that screen for your girl. We're just going to get some messages from Spirit, you guys. We're just going to see. Hey, Gypsy Soul. I remember you. I remember your name. What's up, you guys? Hello, everyone. Come on, ride it, drink. And ride it. We're going to get some motivation and inspiration. So I'm going to use these angel cards, and I'm going to use these angel number cards. And then we're going to use some other oracles, and we're going to see why you need to get these messages, okay? So I hope you guys are doing well. I'm trying to get to 10K. So all of the support that you guys give during the lives and during the videos that I put out, I just wanted to tell you guys that I really appreciate it, okay? I love your messages. Thank you for all that you do. Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad that you love the messages. Okay, so give the people who might pop up in here some insight into like your opinion. I'm curious, like, why do you say you love the messages? What is it about the messages that makes you feel like they are valuable? Hey, Desiree. Hi, I hope you have some positive messages. I hope so too, because there's a lot going on. And, listen, I can get very deep. I can go as deep as y'all want to go. Because, it's a lot going on in the world. And when I say I can go as deep as y'all want to go, I'm talking about the world. And I never want y'all to get it twisted. I don't need these cards. I don't need these cards to tell you what we need to talk about, or to tell you what's going on, or to tell you like what you need to do. I just use these cards because it's something for me to do with my hands. And it's a little bit, it's helpful to confirm. Hey, baby gal. Hello, Momo. Why did it block your comment? Hold on. Wait. Why did it do that? I'm trying to approve it. Why did it block your comment like that? I don't know why I did that, but I just tried to approve it. That's so weird. It's crazy. Thank you guys for stopping in. Come on in. We're going to get started in just a second. Siso, or is it Ciso? I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. Yeah, there's a lot of blessings coming for us, Pisces. There are a lot of blessings coming for Pisces. There are a lot of blessings, and let me clarify that. There are a lot of blessings coming for Pisces that have been doing the work. For Pisces who've decided, made a choice, made a decision, used their free will to work on their lives and work on healing and improving their life for the better. There's a lot of blessings coming for us who are basically standing strong and being courageous when it comes to what we've been called to do and not cowering away. Yeah, Gypsy, you said, why is this thing acting like this, y'all? Okay, golly. I was trying to read your comment and then boom. Gypsy, you said, I love that. Okay, so now you're talking about the messages. So Gypsy Soul has been here for a while. I love that the messages that you're saying, I love that they're encouraging. So she's talking about the message. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to misgender you. Gypsy is talking about the messages. I love that they're encouraging and to the point. You tell us what we need to hear, not what we want to hear. Exactly. Thank you, boo. I like that you are breaking the curses. Exactly. That's what it's about, though. That's what it's about, though. You know, because we can talk about, the surface level things. We can always have a conversation about that. If you guys want me to tell you, because people come in the live all the time and they just immediately ask a question, which I consider to be very rude and uncouth. Because first of all, you're not reading the title. And then second of all, you're just making an assumption that I'm going to answer your question for free, which is crazy. But a lot of people just want to come to like spiritual people and tarot people to talk about things that are surface level. They don't want to go deeper. They want to use it for their convenience on that level. And there's nothing wrong with that, because sometimes things that are going on the surface are a sign of what's going on a deeper level. But when you really think about it, this practice, when you talk about spiritual practices, divination, all of these different spiritual tools, it's not about things that are necessarily going on the surface level. It's not going to resolve the things that are going on the surface level just to get a reading every now and then and see what people are doing. Unless you go deeper and really figure out why you're here, what brought you to this space, why you have been drawn to a particular group of people, a particular space, a particular time, then if you don't search for that in this process, you're not going to ever make as much progress as you may want to make. And, I can't tell people how deep they should go, because that honestly is your choice. There's nothing wrong if you choose to remain at somewhat of a surface level when you're embarking upon your spiritual journey. But at the end of the day, if you really want to understand what's going on, you have to dig deeper and you have to get to the core of an issue and figure out why something is going on. Hey, Melody. You said, let's go deep. Yeah. And I try to meet people where they are, because usually the way I feel about spirituality, and it's a very watered down word now, because I call them the controlling forces, y'all. I call them the controlling forces so that people don't try to come for me. But y'all know the controlling forces, they've watered down a lot of these terms like spirituality, woke, enlightenment, they've watered down these terms. And back in 22, because y'all said you want to go deep. So, I try to meet people where they're at, but I believe firmly that nothing is a coincidence. And a lot of people find me because they are at a particular level where they're ready to hear what I have to say. So I don't have a problem saying what I feel like I need to say, because I know that if the people who are watching me aren't ready to hear what I have to say, then they wouldn't have been sent my way. Okay. Let's do some poetry in this bitch. All right. But that's really what it's about. But at the end of the day, the people who are in control and who want to control the way you think about a lot of situations have positioned it to where you're so distracted by everything that's on the surface that you don't see more deeply about what's going on. And nothing that's going on right now is anything new. It's the same thing as, like, for example, if you always are in relationships that feel very cyclic, if you're in a bunch of quote unquote karmic relationships, and, you know, I can tell you about whether, you know, Tyrone and, you know, Keisha is cheating on you. You get what I'm saying? Like, I could tell you if that's what they're doing. But like Gypsy said, I would rather break the curse. I would rather help you and assist you with breaking the curse. I would rather use my gifts and my abilities to help you understand how to break the cycle in your life. And I don't even want to be the one to break it for you. I want to give you the tools that spirit, God, source, universe has led me to give you so that you can break that motherfucker yourself. That's how I feel about it. So, you know, it's not necessarily that I frown or look down upon anyone who uses these practices as, you know, maybe a more surface level technique to manage their lives. But I also feel like it's important to dive deeper and figure out why something happens. You know, like if your toilet was bubbling over and every time you flushed your toilet, it comes back up and there's toilet water all over your floor, would you just mop up the toilet water and let the toilet be full of water and just continue to use the bathroom behind that? Or are you going to snake out the drain or call the plumber and figure out what the cause is? The same thing is true for your personal enlightenment and your spiritual journey. You don't want to just put a Band-Aid over a problem and expect for any cycles to change or expect for your existence or your experience to change. You have to actually snake out the drain, figure out where the problem is, figure out where the clog is, and get rid of it, handle it, deal with it. So that's why I do what I do over here. And I'm trying to get to 10K. So y'all put the hearts, y'all help us out. Put the hearts in here so we can let's try to get to 10K. Let's try to get to 10K hearts. And I'm trying to get to 10K followers. So if you are seeing me, if I'm coming across your timeline, trust and believe that there is something here for you and there was a reason why I crossed your path, because nothing is a coincidence, y'all. But we're going to get into these messages. Yes, thank you. We're going to get into these messages. I appreciate you so much, Gypsy. We're going to see what inspiration or motivation that spirit has for you and why they're giving you this inspiration and motivation. Okay. Thank you, Aura. Yes. Thank you, Aura. Thank you guys so much. Let's get into it. Guardian angels, archangels, spirit guides, and ancestors of the highest vibration, Father, Mother, God, for Pisces, when it comes to the messages, spirit, that you want them to know to inspire and motivate them on their journeys. Okay. Y'all gonna hear my son in the background. It's Saturday. He playing video games, child. They both playing video games. So if you hear him making ridiculous noises, that's what it is. But let's see, spirit. What is the motivational or inspirational message for Pisces that they need to see at this time when it comes to the world, when it comes to their lives, when it comes to situations and experiences that they may have at this time? What is the inspirational or motivational message for Pisces at this time? Ooh, baby. This is definitely, okay. Unlimited ideas is the card, honey. Unlimited ideas. Now, what it says is that your mind is one with God's infinite mind, okay? And I'm not telling you how to say God, source, spirit, universe. Your mind is one with God's infinite mind. Therefore, you have complete access to unlimited ideas. Guaranteed, okay? What did the Men's Warehouse say? I guarantee it. All right? These ideas are guaranteed to bring blessings. Now, all you need to do is to take divinely guided action to allow these ideas to come to fruition. All right. Now, y'all gonna have to excuse me because I'm not picking my nose. But I feel like I got a piece of hair that was in my nose. My bad. It felt like a piece of hair from my hair. Okay, now at the bottom we have power of prayer. And at the back we have courage to ask for help and assistance. So what Spirit is trying to tell you guys, what you're being told is that, okay, if you're ever in a situation where you have to find a solution to the problem, thank you guys for the follows. If you are ever in a situation where you have to find a solution to the problems that are being, played out in your life or that are playing out in your life, there is no limit to your ability to find solutions to problems that you face or to find some way to resolve a conflict that you may be faced with. You may not think necessarily in your conscious mind that this is what's occurring, but I'm here to tell you that this is what's occurring because you're connected to source, because you're connected to spirit, because you have within you, within your core, a piece of your creator. And I'm not biblical. I'm not religious. I'm just, telling you my opinion and perspective. You can choose to believe whatever you want to believe. And I don't argue with people about that because that is your personal preference. But whatever you believe, you have to understand. Hey, D. Hey. My boo in here. My boo, Diana. Okay, but you guys have to believe that because of that connection, there is no problem that you cannot solve. There is no mountain that you cannot climb. There is no obstacle that you cannot overcome. Sometimes you just have to slow down and allow your brain to process the information and give it a second to tell you what the solution is. That's what Spirit wants you to know so that you can stay inspired and motivated. Thank you, Crystal. Now, at the bottom, we have power of prayer. So this is whatever your spiritual practices are, okay? Now it says, give this situation to God for uplifting and healing and be open to miracles. Heaven's unlimited resources. Here we go again with the word unlimited. So that's the word of the day, unlimited. Heaven's unlimited resources, love, and answers are awaiting your prayers. Be sure to act upon the divine guidance God gives to you in response to your prayers. Okay, yeah, hit me up, girl. Put it in the inbox. Okay, I'm going to talk to you. So basically what this is saying, you guys, what is the similarity between these two cards? The similarity between these two cards is that you are unlimited because your source creator is unlimited. And therefore you have access to that unlimited reservoir of information because of your connection to spirit. And there's nothing that can hinder or stop you from being able to be connected to that unlimited reservoir of resources or knowledge. The second similarity is that you have to act upon what you're being told, because in the unlimited ideas card, it says all you need to do is take divinely guided action to allow these ideas to come to fruition. In the power of prayer card, it says be sure to act upon the divine guidance God gives to you in response to your prayers. Now, what does that say? Okay. Hey, Jay. I'm going to just call you Jay because I can't say your name, but thank you for following me. Y'all be sure to follow me. What does that say? With these two cards, that's telling you that not only are the ideas going to pop up in your mind, you're going to have light bulb moment upon light bulb moment. Life bulb? Interesting. All of these ideas are going to pop up in your mind. The issue, and I feel like the challenge that you may face, okay, is that following through with these ideas, following through with this information, following through with all of these ideas that pop up in your mind is going to be the difficult part. And Spirit is trying to help give you the confidence and the inspiration and the motivation not to hesitate or second guess yourself when these solutions, these ideas, these creative nudges pop up in your auric field. Okay. Thank you, Melissa. Now, the final card is have courage to ask for help and accept help. Okay. Now, asking for help is a sign of strength, as is accepting it as it's offered to you. Very often, when you ask God for help, prayers are answered through other people. Be sure to accept this assistance as well as give it to others as you are guided. Wow. So the people who are finding this particular reading today, those of you who are drawn to this space today, are more than likely, I feel like you're on a deeper level because I feel like you're receiving downloads. You guys are receiving these downloads about what you're meant to do. You're the ones who are out in the grocery store or at the park or in public, and you're getting these messages to either deliver to other people, or you're getting the messages to, take certain action and take steps to do things that you feel guided to do. You're the people today watching who know that it's like you're being called somewhere. You're getting the call, you're getting the text, you're getting the DM, and it's taking you through a maze. And what's difficult is that when you're in the maze, you can't see the maze from above. When you're in the maze, you don't know which direction you're really going in. And it requires a lot of trust and a lot of dependence on your intuition to be able to follow that maze from start to finish. Now, some of you may be in the middle. Some of you may be in the beginning, middle, or close to the end. But that's going to depend on you as an individual. But what I feel like Spirit is guiding a lot of you guys to do is to trust where you're being led, trust where you're being called, trust where Spirit, Source, God, Universe is taking you without having fear of consequences or repercussions. Because you're all going to come in contact with each other, and that's why the helpfulness came out. You're not only going to have to be courageous individually, but you're going to have to be courageous as a group. You're going to have courage to allow people to help you, and also to listen to that calling when you are told to help others. Okay? That's where you're at right now, D. Jay, you said, I have been stuck in a job with less hours. When is a permanent full-time job coming to me? I don't know. I don't know when you're going to get a full-time job. I feel like when you decide that you're sick of it, that's when you're going to get a full-time job. Because if you're still there, you haven't gotten sick of it yet. And I'm not being an asshole. I'm being for real. All right, so let's continue. Let's get some more inspiration and motivation for the Pisces who've been called here, Spirit. Let's see what else comes out for you guys. Oh, my. Ooh. 2 master numbers, one of which is in reverse. All right. So, first of all, you have 44. Master number 44. And it says, your angels are encouraging you to continue on your present life path with diligence and determination, and even create. Wait, sorry. Let me read that again. It's something that y'all are supposed to be creating right now, or something that you guys want to create that you've been hesitating to start the process on, or that you've been hesitating to initiate or actually take seriously. That might be the answer to your question, Jay. But this was in reverse. Let me say it again because I messed up. But that was a Freudian slip. Nothing is a coincidence. Your angels are encouraging you to continue on your present life path. With diligence and determination, and even greater success will come in the future. I am supported. So you guys don't feel like you're getting the support that you should. Some of you guys don't feel like you're receiving the support or the recognition or maybe the flowers that you should. Some of you guys may feel like no one in your family supports you. Some of you may feel like God has forsaken you, or that there's no one in the ethers that are listening. Some of you guys are giving away your power because you feel like no one will support you if you decide to take a risk on something that you want to create. But I'm here to tell you that's a lie, because y'all are sitting here watching me. Y'all sitting here watching my goofy ass, and I just be playing. But like, at the end of the day, there's a lot of things that you have to trust will be handled that you may not even know need to be handled, and just continue on anyway. Thank you so much, Melissa. Shout out to you for your viewer badge. And the bear is so cute. Some of you guys have to go on with the plan, or carry through with the plan, regardless of who's supporting you, regardless of who has your back, regardless of who shows you that they get what you're saying. Because what a lot of Pisces have to understand right now, especially because I've been reading cards for a long time, and I'm never going to be, I've told y'all this last night when I was live, I'm never going to be the type of person to tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you need to hear. And I have already set up my spiritual practice to allow for God, source, spirit, universe to speak through me authentically, regardless of whatever it is that people are, popularizing at the time. Whatever people are popularizing at the time, it'll get you views, it'll get you attention, it'll get you maybe some type of recognition, but it's always going to be temporary. So when I set up my practice, it's always been a situation where I'm going to deliver the messages that spirit needs to be delivered to the people who spirit deems necessary to hear the message. And when you guys are in a situation where you don't feel supported, or you don't feel like you're going to be able to be successful with whatever your projects or ideas are, you limit yourself. You give your power away, because either you don't do it and the world misses out on what you have to offer, or you do it and you get changed around. You get morphed into someone who you're not, and you become an inauthentic version of yourself. And what a lot of Pisces have to understand right now in the time that we're in, right? We're going to be ahead of the game. We're going to be 10 steps ahead. We're going to have that foresight acting as a program in the background subconsciously. And a lot of the things that we're going to be doing, or that we are doing, are very futuristic, right? One of our good girlfriends, one of our good subscribers told me this morning that a lot of the readings that I did 2 years ago are resonating right now. There's a lot of things that I spoke about 2 and 3 years ago that are now coming to fruition now. Do you think that do you think that it's any easier for me to know that and still have to deal with like the things that I have to deal with? No. But I sleep very peacefully at night, trust and believe, because I know that I listened to what spirit was telling me to do as much as I possibly can, and moved in a way where I honored my heart and my soul and what I thought was appropriate at the time, in the way that I could best see fit to do so. And a lot of you Pisces who have these amazing ideas, you feel like nobody supports you, and you feel like nobody understands you because you're ahead of the game. You are prophesying. This is a premonition of the future. Horn beep confirmation. People don't support you, and people don't acknowledge you and people don't celebrate you because they haven't seen it yet. But where do you think you're going to be in 5 years, maybe even in 2 years, when they finally see it from your perspective? You're going to be in a damn good position because you had the courage to take the initiative to use those ideas, implement them, and move the way that spirit guided you to move without fear. You're going to be in a really good position then. You're going to be looking back like, damn, I'm glad I did that. But what's going to be on the other side of that? Because there's two sides to every coin. There's two sides to every table. What's going to happen if you don't listen to that inspiration and follow those ideas? You're going to be feeling like FOMO 2 years from now, or 5 years from now, or 10 years from now. Because you didn't take those steps that you were guided. You're going to be feeling pretty shitty. And you're still going to be in the same mindset of people not recognizing your greatness. But whose fault is it going to be? I say this from love. It's going to be your fault. Because if you're upset people don't recognize your greatness, it's truly because at the core, you don't recognize your greatness. And you didn't believe in yourself enough to give it a try. To put your hat in the ring, to do what needs to be done. I did not like TikTok. TikTok scared the shit out of me. But look at my ass now. I'm over here talking to y'all because it's not about my pride. It's about the message that spirit feels like needs to get out to people. So that is what is being kind of said in these cards. Now, that was a master number that's in reverse. You also have another master number, 55. And it says, substantial change is in your future. Let me say that again. Substantial change is in your future. Hey, somebody, welcome back. All right. So this substantial change is in your future regardless. Okay. Embrace the change. A need to overcome your insecurities and let go of your fears. Now, is spirit reading y'all down or is spirit reading y'all down? I am evolving. You are moving forward. And they sent my big loud ass to come and whip you into shape and get you ready, get you in gear. That's what my mama used to say. Did any of y'all mamas used to say that? You better get in gear. You better get up on that horse and ride it. Yep, you just said it. You did just say it because I saw that. It's hard for me to scroll, so I'm not going to do it. But I saw you, D. Now, at the bottom, you have 999. Okay, from the 99 to the 2000s. And it says, thank the past. So say thank you to the past for your lessons and leave it where it belongs. So you can make the best of the life that is still waiting to be fulfilled by only you. I am unique. Yeah. So a lot of y'all have tried. A lot of y'all have tried in the past to get things going. Thank you, Nadine. What's up? Welcome back. A lot of y'all have tried in the past to get a lot of things going and you just feel tired. And like I said, I'm going to just say this again. First of all, hit the hearts, you guys. Be sure to put the hearts in here. We're trying to get to 10K. Those of you who've been putting hearts, thank you so much. Thank you to all of you guys. Oh, thank you to all of you guys for the donations. Thank you for that garland, Gypsy. That was so pretty. If you are just popping in, follow me. Check my bio. Check the YouTube. You will see I repost these lives a few days after we do them on here. So you can always watch them from the beginning over there. And subscribe to me over there as well as following me over here, because the videos that I put out here each day are going to be seen here first. And the lives are going to be seen here first. But I will always repost them if you guys feel like you can't stay for the whole message and you want to go rewatch it later. Okay. But Oh, I love you too. I love you guys. That's why I said I'm going to reiterate this because I said it last night, but I'm going to say it again. Oh my God, y'all stop. Y'all, I am such a sensory, like ADHD person. I just love to see that type of stuff. I love to see little pictures pop up. It's so cute. Thank you guys so much because look, and I'm going to use this as an example. You guys are so sweet with all of these little cute pop-ups. I don't know what I guess they're called donations, right? Or gifts. They're called gifts. I'm trying to learn still. But like you guys don't understand how grateful I am for you like seeing me. Sometimes I stutter. Y'all see me stutter. Y'all see me kind of trying to like articulate my thoughts because it's still nerve-wracking for me. Like I come on here because I feel like spirit, God, source, universe has led me to pop up and be places so that I can encourage those of you who need the encouragement. But it's hard for me. And I was on YouTube for so long. I've been on YouTube for like almost 6 years now. This is year 6. And I've gained 20,000 subscribers on one channel, 20,000 plus, almost 30,000 on the Pisces channel. But I still struggle to get the recognition that I feel like I deserve. And it has not been an easy road. And regardless, through all of that, I've been bitter. I've been angry. I've had my crash outs, and I'm not ashamed of any of those things. I do, however, feel like I have to take my experience that I've learned and apply it to the steps that I take moving forward. And I'm never going to be the person to tell you something that I feel like puts you at a detriment. I'm never going to be the person to, lie to you because it's easier. I'm always going to be the person to try to tell the truth to you because I know a lot of people say that shit online and you don't have to believe me right now. If you don't know me from a can of paint, I do not suggest that you believe me. I suggest you use your own intuition. But if you take the time to see who I am and get to know who I am because you're vibing with what I say, you'll see who I am over time. Because I don't like to change, but I try to improve for the better. But I'm never going to be the person to tell you something that is easy or sweet or, what you want to hear just because it's easier than telling the truth. And a lot of times for us Pisces, like we're very loyal and there's nothing wrong with that. And we're always devoted to like kindness and the greater good. And we don't care necessarily about the recognition or the fame or any of that superficial shit. But we do get very tired and that energy bottles up within us when we get tired of feeling like we're a doormat or feeling like we're walked over. But what we have to realize sometimes, and what these cards are saying, is that when we don't evolve in a way individually that supports us as a human being, if we don't as individuals look at ourselves in the mirror and evolve in a way that supports us and it evolve in a way that shows the universe, shows the energy in the atmosphere, shows God, shows spirit, shows source the way we should be treated, then we will never get what it is that we want. And we can become very ugly and bitter if we don't take the opportunity to see the reality of what that is. And very easily we can turn into the problem when in reality we know the solution. All we have to do is trust it, because all we have to do is trust ourselves. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. They're just so pretty. Thank you, somebody. Thank you, Gypsy. Thank you, all of you guys. Finally, look, y'all have 111 at the back of the deck, and it says angels are ready to fully support you. Look at that. Angels are ready to fully support you in this endeavor so that you can co-create with the universe a life you love. And I'm reading backwards. Look at that. I am creative. Look at how creative you are. It don't matter if these people don't understand you, because you know why they don't understand you is because they're not able to see your vision. And you know why they're not able to see your vision is because they are not necessarily unique in the same way that you are. It doesn't mean you're any better than anybody. It doesn't mean that you're any worse than anybody, but you as a Pisces have a unique perspective. And what your perspective entails, okay, what your perspective entails and what your uniqueness encompasses is the ability to see the future. So nobody's gonna support you because they can't see it the same way that you see it. So you got to take the steps that you need to take in order to get people to see by showing and proving through your actions. Okay. Now that's what you need to know. This is all about you believing in yourself, believing in your ideas. What is the inspiration? What is the motivation? That you believe in yourself, you believe in your ideas, and that you know that your ideas are coming directly from source. Exactly, D. They're not meant to. Wow. You see those every day, somebody. Yes. Okay. Thank you guys for liking the live. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you guys who've liked the live, who followed during the live, who sent gifts, you guys. I really appreciate it. And when I read the cards and I'm channeling, I'm not trying to ignore y'all. I just be channeling. So just know that I really love and appreciate all of you, okay? I have to head to work, love. I just wanted to stop by real quick. Yes, have a good day at work, Nadine. I told y'all I'm going to be live more often, so I'll see you again. Okay? Yes, my boyfriend just asked me what's up with me at 11:11. Exactly. I text him every time I catch it, right? I be texting people by accident when the numbers come up like that. You're welcome, Nadine. Thank you. I will. So yeah, it's like Spirit basically wants you to be motivated and inspired to follow these creative ideas because they're not coincidental. They're sent from God. They're sent from source. They're sent to you because it was you who was meant to execute it, because it was you who had the ability to see the vision and execute it so that other people can see it. Because these aren't just creative ideas that are necessarily just for fun. You may have fun and you may enjoy yourself like I'm enjoying myself right now. But ultimately, I feel like a lot of you guys have ideas and creative endeavors that are meant to change the world. Now, why are you getting these messages, right? To believe in yourself, to know that Spirit is supporting you, to know that it's okay to ask for help and collaborate with people who you can trust and discern aren't negative. Why do you need to know this inspiration? This is why. Because of fear. Now, I feel like this is fear that you may feel individually, but I also feel like this could be fear that you're picking up from other people, okay? Now, it says, overcome your fear of success or failure. Don't sabotage your own success. Allow your fear. Well, no, see, the devil wants you to allow the fear. And it's not even really the devil. It's these forces that try to control us. But it says, don't allow your fear to make you forget your greatness. Remain positive and on track. It may require to step out of your comfort zone and achieve the abundance you desire. Okay. So, yeah, if you guys want to achieve what you know you deserve to achieve, if you guys want to achieve what you know you deserve to achieve and what you feel like has been denied of you up until this point, you're going to have to step out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to do something that does not feel normal to you. You're going to have to do things in a way that you've never done them before. Right? And this is probably the biggest challenge for some of you in your entire life. You may think that you've been through challenges, but the challenge that you're being faced with and that you're being basically presented with at this time from Spirit is more than likely the biggest challenge that you've ever faced in your life. But all the things that you've been through have prepared you for this moment. And, remembering that is going to be fundamental. Some of you are afraid to fail, but a lot of you are afraid to actually succeed and see what that looks like. A lot of you are afraid to see what it actually looks like to win, to succeed, to reach your goals, to achieve your dreams, to make it to where you're trying to make it to. Thank you, somebody. Thank you, D. And that's what you got to get out your mind. You can't let these subconscious thoughts, because what it is, because you can see a lot beyond, because you guys are able to see beyond the veil, quote unquote, because you guys are able to see beyond the visible forces that everyone else sees in the world, because you guys have the ability to kind of like have this filter or this radar of spiritual things or of energetic things in the world. There's a lot more to be afraid of, because you see the shadow people, you see the spirits, you see the other realms. You can see what's lurking in the trees and, behind the bushes and all that shit that's invisible to other people. Most of you guys, a majority of you guys, whether you know it or not, can probably see spirits, and you've been seeing spirits for a long time. We hit that 10K, y'all. Yay! Thank you, guys. We hit our goal of 10K likes, 10K hearts on this video. I really appreciate it, y'all. Be sure definitely to keep it going, because it is really helpful. But I really appreciate you guys. And follow me if you have not followed me yet, okay? Be sure to follow me up there, you guys. But because you guys can see, and I think, don't let me make you feel bad, because I'm not trying to make you feel bad. It is hard. It's hard to be kind of, psychic. Everybody's not psychic, but a lot of people, have abilities, and everybody has a certain level of intuition, whether they use it regularly or not. But it's very hard to sense or see the things that other people cannot sense or see, because it makes you feel crazy. People look at you like you're crazy. People look at you like, what the fuck is wrong with you? But in reality, it's because of that ability that it makes you 10 times more afraid to pursue the things that you want to pursue. Because not only are the visible enemies, a threat, but the invisible enemies can possibly be a threat to you too. So I'm not saying that it's not going to be a challenge. I'm not saying that it's not going to, test you. But what I'm saying is that it's worth it, because there's something that you have that not only is going to help your life, but more than likely is going to help the lives of people in your lineage coming after you. And it's also going to help humanity on some level. Because look at what we're going through right now. Look at what's going on around us right now. Now is not the time to be no punk ass bitch. Now is not the time to play no motherfucking games. Because the vision that you see is more than likely the vision that's going to create a solution for all of these problems. And I believe, honestly, in my heart and in my soul, that a lot of us who have basically found ourselves in these spaces, and a lot of us who have been able to connect with each other in these quote unquote spiritual spaces, each have a piece to the puzzle that's going to create the tapestry and the masterpiece that is the solution to these problems and the picture that we need to see. But if we got one group over here or one person over here that's too afraid to put their puzzle piece on the table, then there's going to be a piece that we're missing. So I'm here to try to tell y'all, like, hey, get in the game. What they say? Get your head in the game. Gotta get your head in the game. Okay. Now, setbacks at the bottom says your attempts to increase your income have been largely unsuccessful. This financial setback is forcing you to get more organized with your finances. Don't lose hope. Use this time to learn from your mistakes. So if any of you guys are facing any financial setbacks, Spirit wants you to know you know what it is? It's kind of like a mule. Sometimes you got to kick a mule to get it to go, a donkey. And I'm not trying to call y'all no donkey now. Don't get it twisted. I'm just saying, sometimes these tower moments, so to speak, or these, setbacks when you take 2 steps forward and then 10 steps back, is to push you into what you're really meant to be doing, to overcome the fear, right? Because if you don't have any choice, if you stuck between a rock and a hard place, how scared can you really be if you ain't got nothing to lose, right? And even if you feel like you do have something to lose, the choice is a lot more clear than sometimes we would like to imagine, okay? Now, take action. This is a yes for any of you guys who've come here and you feel like you were wondering yes or no. The answer is yes. Yes, get comfortable being uncomfortable. It says, whatever your question, this is telling you, go for it. Do not procrastinate or wait to take the next step to get ahead. Just do it. Be like Nike, bitch, and just do that shit. Okay? Then it says, nothing will change if you don't take action. Don't let opportunity pass you by. Okay? Now is not the time. Because what's going to happen when you take the action? Look at that. Right after that is justice. Okay? So you're basically being told by spirit, hey, we support you. We're sending other helpful people in to support you. Okay? And your friends and, family and people you can trust. We're sending, we support you. We're sending people there to show you we support you. And we want you to know that if you take these steps the way we're guiding you to take them, that there's going to be justice for you at the end of, the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Okay? Oh, hey, Justice. I remember you. I'm doing good. How are you today? Pisces Princess. Hey, boo. You laughing at me. Let's see. Let's get one more card as to why these messages are coming out for Pisces. Oh, my God. Oh, shit. Okay, so specifically, right? I'm going to break this down a few different ways. I'm good. I took action going to court in April. Good. Happy for you. Okay, justice. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Yes. Okay, so depression came out in reverse. That's what it looks like upright, but it came out in reverse. You also have sexual protection that came out in reverse, which is crazy. And then you finally have betrayal. Now, I'm going to explain this to you in a few ways, because betrayal says deceit, backstabbing, traitors, untrustworthy, unworthy of trust. And then you have at the bottom, I hate nothing about you, which means somebody wants to hate you, but they can't. And then you have divorce, breaking contracts. Okay. What did we just talk about earlier? We talked about breaking curses, breaking chains, breaking negative cycles, right? So I'm going to explain this to y'all in 2 different ways. Very specifically, some of you could be dealing with or may have dealt with in the past a person who really tried to find a reason to hate you, or a lot of experiences with people who really tried to find something about you to hate. They tried to pick you apart. They tried to, break you down or bring you down to size. And they may have thrown jabs at you. They may sticks and stones, all that, etc. But there really wasn't anything that people could find to hate you. There really wasn't anything that people could find to justifiably have a reason to have a problem with you. And you knew this, they knew this, but there may not have been any closure or admission to what was going on. Because of that, because there was no closure, because there was no accountability taken by these people that tried to find a reason to have a problem with you or hate you, you were walking around with this mentality that there was something wrong with you or that you had bad ideas. This could even be in grade school or, high school or college, where you were grouped up with people to do a project, or you were grouped up with someone at work to complete some type of assignment, and nobody wanted to hear your ideas or listen to your ideas. This is what created and planted that seed of doubt within you that's now causing these motivational and inspirational messages to come out. This is what's caused people around you to pick up intuitively on your second guessing yourself. Because at the core, when you were in situations that you thought you would be valued in, when you were in marriages or groups or situations where, you felt like your opinion should be heard or your perspective should be heard, or that people should be able to give you the floor to speak or take your advice in situations, you weren't given that respect. You were diminished and you were put down, and you were taught to think that your ideas, your creativity, your perspective was not wanted, right? That's where the root is. So Spirit is asking you to go back in your life and figure out where these roots took place and reframe your perspective. Look at those situations from a different vantage point. And then tell yourself, whisper in your ear, if this is you in elementary school sitting at the desk and people were bullying you about, your ideas or, your artwork or whatever it is that you were doing, or if you were in middle school or high school and you were on a team because you wanted to be a part of a team, but they never wanted to do your routine. They never wanted to do your dance moves. They never wanted to run your play. Go back to these times, because this is what your higher self is doing with you right now. And you are the higher self of yourself in the past. Whether you got to look at a photo of that time that you were in and go back and whisper in your ear, whether you have to sit and meditate and close your eyes, go back to where those seeds were planted. The first time that somebody did not support you, the first time that somebody told you your idea was stupid, the first time someone told you that what you had was not going to work, and tell yourself that that was a lie, that you see your future and you know that that's a good idea, and reframe it. Because then when you go to sleep tonight, you're going to wake up and you're going to feel different. Because all of this happened, people were happy, okay, because depression is reversed, sexual protection is in reverse, betrayal is in reverse. Because you believe this about yourself, and because those seeds have been planted, exactly, Gypsy, heal the inner child. Because those seeds were planted, and because you saw yourself in a position of inferiority because of the projection that had been made, people were happy to take advantage of you just to betray you. People were happy to take advantage of your openness and your lack of boundaries and your lack of protection to take advantage of you, to steal your ideas, to trick you into believing that they were actually there to support you, to trick you into believing that they actually were somebody who had your back, when in reality they were not. Now, this may materialize, or it may have materialized in somebody who was victimizing you as maybe in a relationship, somebody who betrayed you, somebody who cheated on you, somebody who you were intimate with without protection, who you could not trust, somebody who you had a baby with, whether you were the father or the mother, and they abandoned you. Somebody who wanted to convince you out of doing what it is that you knew was best for you for their own best interest. That is why all of this happened, because Spirit no longer wants you to be in a place where you are allowing other people to push onto you what they're dealing with unfairly. Your spirit is basically telling you, you have to be happy. If there are people around you who aren't in a good place, you have to protect yourself just as if you were to protect yourself in an intercourse situation. Look what's underneath this. This is at the bottom. Look what's underneath this. In their fields, and what do you see on the card? Okay, what do you see? And what do you see? What is that saying? You have to protect yourself spiritually, physically, mentally, emotionally, energetically from people who are in their feelings and depressed and wanting to deposit that energy into you, hoping that you will be happy to accept it and in this position so that they can ultimately betray you. That is why Spirit is telling you this message, because it's not just simply about what you want to create on maybe a professional or a passion level. This is about everything that you create. This is about everything that you invest your energy into. This is about everything and everyone that you allow in the anointed space that you create. And if you're not careful when it comes to making these connections, right, then not only will you be unable to break the contracts that you already have with some of these people, but you'll be adding on additional years and lifetimes that's unnecessary, that does not need to persist. And you'll be adding more time onto your sentence, pretty much, of karma. So, I feel like Spirit wants you to know these things, because I feel like your spirit team is tired of you allowing people to take advantage of you. They're tired of people stealing your ideas. They're tired of people getting to it before you do, because they know you're more than likely the one who's going to deserve it the most. And, if you're arrogant, if you're an asshole, if you're hateful to people, if you don't like when, other people succeed and you're overly competitive to the point where you cause harm, I'm not talking to you. But a majority of you guys are not like that. So let's just see what's coming towards you, what's happening in the near future as to why Spirit wants to give you this message, okay? There are a lot of energies roaming the atmosphere that are happy to put you in a vulnerable position and betray you. There are people, there are principalities, spirits, entities, and energies working through people. Because I said it this morning. I said, I just felt it. It's been some weird things going on, and I just felt it. And this morning I was like, woo, the devil is out. And that's what, my grandmother and my mother used to say, the devil is out. But that just basically means like the energy is potent, the energy is thick, the energy is very visceral. And when the devil is out roaming, you don't want to just be outside stark buck naked dancing around. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not saying like in terms of literally how you dress. It could be true. But you don't want to invite the devil in, right? And I'm using devil loosely as a term to synonymously represent negative energy, right? You don't want to invite the negative energy in. You don't want to turn on your light and put a welcome sign on your forehead and say, come on. That's not what you want to do. So, it's important to understand the power that you hold, and it's important to understand your autonomy so that you're able to prevent negative things from not only happening to you, but also the people around you. You say, I have definitely learned my boundaries and I'm learning how to use them. Right. And boundaries is not about being hateful or spiteful or vindictive. And I'm not saying that's what you meant, so don't get me wrong. But boundaries is not about like having this hard, exterior and, being tough and showing your muscles. Okay, you see these guns, bitch? No, I'm just boundaries and standing up for yourself is not about that. It's about being able to step out of your situation and not be so close to your situation. It's being able to have a higher perspective. It's being able to have a bird's eye view of what's going on with you, to understand where you may need to take a step back, or to understand where you may need to govern yourself accordingly. And when I say govern yourself accordingly, that means keeping your head on the motherfucking swivel and keeping your eyes peeled. Because some situations may require for you to have a very stern, strong reaction and response that clearly dictates to people around you that you aren't to be fucked with. But there are also situations that may require you to have a subtle power, a subtle strength, to lean more into your feminine. You got to balance between both of those masculine and feminine energies within you, and be able to find the balance of duality in the middle to understand, do I have to show my boundaries with my body language? Do I need to show my boundaries with my eye contact? Do I need to show boundaries with my tone of voice? What is the proper approach to this particular situation? Okay, hey Jose, welcome. Hey, period. What is the proper approach that I need to take at this time to make sure that not only am I getting the point across most effectively, but am I making sure that I do not leave the situation scathed? Am I making sure that I come out of the situation whole and unscathed? Right? So why are these messages coming out? We're only going to get one card because we've been in here for a little minute, but I did a whole spread. And if you guys are coming in right now and you want to see this full reading, click the link in my bio and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I always repost these lives in full on YouTube on Pisces Network. So all of that is linked in the link tree in my bio. You guys can always find that information. And if you want to see it from the beginning, it's a great message. Just be sure to follow me and click the link in my bio. Okay, y'all, follow me up there if you didn't already. Now, why is Pisces getting all these messages? What is coming that they need to know? Ooh, thank you, Jose. What is coming that Pisces needs to know? I have over 2,000 videos over there, by the way. So, child, I've been doing this for eons. Not really, but y'all know what I mean. So, what's coming, Pisces? Something that you have to do by yourself. Something in regards to your independence. You remember the card that said your life is about to have an increase? What was that? That's the support card. What card was that I read? I read a card. Oh yeah, that's what it was. It was 55. So this card, I read this earlier. Substantial change is in your future. And I feel like it's your near future. This is Virgo, 9 of Pentacles. This is Virgo. This could possibly be September for some of you guys. Virgo season in September. Could even be at the end of August. You could start to see more money coming in. Some of you guys are going to start to see more income coming in. You could even receive some type of financial bonus or increase at work. There could be something, because mysterious things happen financially. And people say, oh, you could be getting inheritance with the 9 of Pentacles. Probably not. What I will tell you is that this is a spiritual inheritance. If any of you guys get literal inheritance from like a will, a last will and testament from a family member, or something that your family left you, that's fine, well and good. But what this really means is that you are going to pretty much be receiving a lot of tangible rewards from the work that you've put in. That's what that means. You could even be inheriting some type of gift, talent, skill, or ability that helps lead you to these tangible resources or this tangible increase in your resources. Pentacles are anything you can taste, touch, feel, and smell. So it's like something that you literally can see, something that you literally put your hands on. It's a physical item. And the reason why I'm circling around these 6 pentacles here is because basically whatever this is that's coming towards you in September, I also say that because there's another 9 at the bottom with the 9 of Wands. You're going to have strong boundaries. You have the 9 of Wands at the bottom and you have the King of Swords at the back of the deck. This is not going to be the time to play any motherfucking games. This is going to be a time where more than likely a business that you've created or some type of work that you've done is going to pay off for you substantially when it comes to your finances or your resources. This is not a time to be letting cousin Keisha and cousin Ray Ray and auntie so-and-so and uncle so-and-so and, you know, your friend such and such to be coming and siphoning off of your farm or siphoning from your vineyard. This is not the time to be giving all this away. You have to have enough to substantiate yourself. You have to have enough to support yourself before you give anything to anybody else. And what you give to somebody else needs to be literally a fraction of what you keep to yourself. This is going to be something you have to do on your own. This is going to be something that you're going to have to protect. But it's also going to be something that you've been groomed and prepared to achieve and receive. This is not going to be something that you don't know what to do with. This is going to be a situation where you're gaining some type of increase because of everything that you've been through and the choices that you've chosen to make when it comes to how you want to move forward. So when it comes in, your spirit team is trying to get you prepared because it's a result of what you work for. You're going to have people who tell you, oh, you didn't work for this. You just got lucky. Hogwash and bullshit. You're going to have people tell you that you don't deserve to be in the position that you're in. Malarkey and bullshit. That is what this is. You're going to have a strong constitution. Maybe even a strong contract for some of you guys in regards to dealing with what you're going to face. I know some of y'all don't know me very well, but you also don't know that I've spoken to a lot of people in a lot of different positions doing this work. And what you think you're ready for is not always what you're ready for. And that doesn't mean that you're any less strong than what you believe. That just means that you have to be aware that there are going to be aspects of this situation that you could not or did not or could not prepare for. There are going to be aspects that you couldn't even have foreseen if you tried. When people have a baby, they can read as many baby books as they want, but that don't mean when that baby comes, they not going to be looking crazy with their head. It's a baby. You don't know what's going to come with it. That is the same thing as what this is. Thank you, somebody. That is the same thing as what this is. So what Spirit is trying to tell you is that you have to stay consistent. Whatever it is that you're working on, whatever you're making a part of your daily routine, a part of your daily schedule, whatever it is you're focusing or studying right now, whatever it is that you're building right now is something that you need to protect because it is forecasted to bring you a lot of self-sufficiency and independence when it comes to your financial resources. You may need to create contracts. You may need to submit legal documentations. Everything needs to be in order. Keep everything on the up and up because I just heard in my head, I kid you not, bitch. You do not want to be like the pink sauce girl. I don't even know that much about that girl. All I know is she made some pink sauce and she got in trouble. Okay. So something is going to come into your possession, or basically what I think that's what it is. What I feel is that it's going to be your turn. Okay. 22.2K likes. Oh my God. Thank you guys so much for liking the video. I really appreciate it, you guys. Thank you also for all your donations. Sorry, your gifts. Okay, I really appreciate it. Okay, what is this Nine of Pentacles? What is this? Okay. Oh, my. Did y'all see that card flip out like that? Last night a card flipped. Okay. Last night a card flipped on the floor. Thank you, Gypsy. You guys are loved and appreciated as well. Five of Wands reversed. Okay. So this is something that's going to come into your life after a conflict is over, or this is something that's going to come into your life uncontested, right? Like if you guys have some type of legal situation going on, I know Justice, you were talking about your situation, but it really feels like, I can't say because I'm not a doctor, lawyer, or psychologist, so please don't take this as medical, legal, or psychological advice. You know, I have to say that. But with the Five of Wands reversed, whatever spirit wants you to get ready for is uncontested. So no one can deny that it belongs to you. No one can deny that you are the rightful owner, or you are the rightful creator, or that you are the one who deserves whatever this is. It's uncontested. There's no competition, or this could even be a situation where you beat out the competition. At the bottom, we have the Empress and the Two of Pentacles. See, this is a situation where it's coming to you regardless. I'm going to tell you guys right now, the more that you fight where spirit is leading you, and you psych yourself out and talk yourself out of like what you know to be true, because you know it's true. You can't sit here and bullshit me, baby. Okay? We know that it's true. When you feel like something is real and true, and you feel like there's something you really need to do, you know that's what you really need to do. You just be trying to be like, I don't know. You know. Please don't do that. Okay? Because this is a situation that is going to be crucial. You're in a time right now. This is the time right before this Nine of Pentacles comes in, where you're contemplating whether or not you should do something, whether or not you should say something, whether or not you should start something. And it's because you've tried so many times before. And when you tried before, you got such a weird reception. Don't fight where spirit is calling you to go and where spirit is leading you, because this is abundance that you just know. With the Empress energy, this could specifically be for a lot of you guys who were born in March. But with the Empress energy, you just know that you're going to receive what you need. You just know that the earth, the ground, the great mother is going to give you what you need. There's no doubt in your mind. So you are able to sit on this beautiful throne that she's created for herself comfortably, without having any doubt in your mind about whether or not the resources are around you are going to be ample and supplied. I.e., don't fight it. Okay? Thank you so much, somebody. Let's see. One more card for the Nine of Pentacles. The Seven of Swords. Ooh. Okay. Okay. So who feels like somebody stole an idea from them? Come to the front. Come to the front and put the hearts if you feel like somebody stole an idea from you in the past. Come on to the front. I need to talk to you. Yep. Come on, bring that ass here, okay? If you watch somebody, or you feel like somebody was spying on you and stole an idea from you in the past, and then that idea was successful. Oh, there we go, Gypsy. What Gypsy say? Go in the chat. What Gypsy say? Slay. I was slow to get it out. Wow, that was my idea. Wow, I thought of that first. Wow. What the fuck? Right? Shared it with the wrong person. Had people watching you. Had people spying on you. had people asking you questions. What you got going on, Pisces? What you been doing lately, Pisces? I asked y'all to come to the front because I'm going to tell you something right now. First of all, number one, right? If somebody was able to steal it from you, it was never yours in the first place. And I'm not saying that because it wasn't an idea that originated from your brain. I'm not saying that because you didn't come up with it. I'm not saying that because it's not something that you should value. What I'm saying it for is that if they were able to steal it from you, it was never yours in the first place. Meaning, more than likely, if somebody didn't hear you say it and then do it before you could, or if somebody didn't take the words out of your mouth, if this was a situation that was just you observing what was going on online and you see, wow, I was going to do that idea, but they seem to have done it first. That's because it was an idea that was distributed across the ethers to the collective. God, source, spirit, universe is not going to just give all of the ideas and all of the puzzle pieces to bring us together as a community to just one motherfucking person. And I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just being real with y'all. It's distributed to you. And whichever one of y'all jumps on it and takes it seriously is the one who's going to get the glory. Go back to the first card we pulled, unlimited ideas. So what this is basically saying, thank you, pretty JC. What this is actually saying is that when you get these ideas, don't be afraid to create a strategy for success. Because your strategy for success is what's going to lead you to the idea actually coming to fruition. And when you strategize and you think about what you want to do without being afraid of the success or the failure of the idea, you allow that stream of consciousness to flow through you effortlessly without any interruptions or impediments. So if someone else received it in the collective as you were receiving it and they were able to do that, then it was never truly your idea in the first place. And if someone was able to steal it from you, let's go to that perspective, right? Because that first one was talking about like hive mind or the collective mind. But let's go to the perspective of if somebody stole it from you. If somebody stole the idea from you, it was never yours in the first place, meaning they may have been able to steal it from you, but if you put your pride and your ego to the side, you may be the catalyst for that person executing that idea, and that was just your part to play. Okay? That's hard for a lot of us to believe, but I understand it, and I have to give you that perspective. Number two of this is if they were able to take it from you, it could have been divinely guided that they take that idea from you. Because if you were to create that idea, it would not be popular, or it wouldn't be something that would take you to the place where you wanted to go. So in a way, you have to be at peace with the fact that even though it was a good idea and even though it came from you and you cherish it, it may not have been in alignment with you. And that person who stole the idea from you could have been actually doing you a great favor, because the idea that was actually going to make you successful was the one that came after the one that they stole. If you had a good idea and you followed through with it and it made you bankrupt, you would be glad if somebody stole it from your ass. You would be glad if somebody took the idea away. You would be glad if a person came and snatched it from you, because they just saved you from bankruptcy. They just saved you from financial ruin on an idea that was never actually meant to go anywhere. And if you think about it, it possibly wasn't meant to go anywhere, because more than likely the idea was made for you, if we're talking about somebody who stole it from you. So these are all the perspectives that Spirit wants you to keep in mind when it comes to you embracing the ability embracing the gifts that you have. Because if you notice, people can imitate you, but the imitation never compares to the original. The imitation never compares to the the imitation or the knockoff never compares to the original version of what something can be. And if you really body that shit, and if you really own it, no one's going to be able to do it like you. That's what makes the idea successful. That's what makes the project or the creative venture successful. It's not necessarily off just the strength of the concept. It's the energy that you bring to it. It's the energy that you deliver it with. And no one can compare to that. No one can match that. No one can copy that to a T. So if somebody steals an idea from you and they have a minor level of success, or they have, even a major level of success, that's okay. Because when it comes down to what you're very good at, or when it comes down to the unlimited ideas that you have and you get another one, what really takes the cake and what really signs, seals, and delivers this outcome of the Nine of Pentacles is not the idea itself, but you. You are what creates it. You are who delivers it. And you are the factor that's missing everywhere else that spirit is trying to reinforce to you needs to be visible. It could be 1,000 people on this platform, and I know it's 1,000 people, beautiful, individuals on this platform reading these cards, but ain't none of these motherfuckers out here gonna read these bitches like me. I can guarantee it. Ain't nobody gonna read these cards like me. Ain't nobody gonna deliver these messages like me. And it ain't no cocky shit. It's not arrogance. It's not me looking down on any of those wonderful people, because everybody has people who they're meant to connect with. But I know that I'm gonna bring a certain sauce, and I'm gonna bring a certain flavor into the equation that is unmatched by anyone else on this platform. And you got to believe that about yourself. You got to understand that about yourself. Your sauce is not going to be like my sauce. Your sauce is going to be unique to the flavors and the seasonings that you got in your spiritual cabinet. Because you might have some homemade sauce. You might have some herbs and things that you planted in your garden. And because of the soil that you used, it's going to have a whole different flavor. It doesn't mean it tastes any better or worse than the other flavors and seasonings and sauces that are out there. It's what? Unique. And every single experience that you've had up until this point, every single thing that you guys have been through or witnessed up until this point is going to help bring that flavor to life. I told you guys, wow, we're at 30.4K. Thank you guys for the likes. Oh my God. Thank you guys. Look, let me get some of this sweat off my face, child. I don't like being too greasy and shiny. I don't have no powder on this brush like that, but it ain't got no business being this hot in the South. It's winter. It's January. Why is it this hot in the South? Y'all, let me get my wig together. Let me get her together. I just want you to know, whatever strategy that you use at this time, I feel like it needs to focus on honesty, truth, justice. Thank you, Justice. Thank you, Kay. I appreciate it. Jose, thank you. You guys are so sweet. If you want to catch this live in full, be sure to click the link in my bio. Go to my YouTube channel, subscribe. I will repost this if you want to see it later. Be sure to follow me here for amazing content, information that you need. Follow me if you want to continue to catch the tea. This is our Circle Booze. Okay. But I really do feel like moving forward, all of the things that you would have hoped for people to do for you, all of the ways that you would have wished people treated you in the past up until this point, all of the things that, you know, would create your ideal reality where everybody gets along and there's peace, are the things that you have to implement into what you're doing. There needs to be a strategy of non-violence. Hey! Thank you. Wait, was that Liam? Okay, wait, let me go back. Oh no, I am Bonds. Okay, thank you, pretty JC. Thank you, Jose. I really appreciate you guys. Child, I just be talking my shit. I be scared though, because like I'm really traumatized from the YouTube space. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm so traumatized from that space because when I first got on that space, I was even more loose and wild and like I was young. I was still in my 20s, baby. Okay, I was still kind of hot out here. And them folks just grilled my ass. They drilled me into the ground. I was so sad. I was depressed. And people were sending me death threats, child. I just was like, listen, I'm about that life, but I ain't about that life. Not like that. But it was crazy over there. And, you know, I toughed it out. I got my people over there that and some of y'all are here too. You know, some of y'all follow me from space to space. But, I want to go where I'm appreciated. I want to go where I'm wanted. I want to go where I'm valued. And I'm not saying that people don't value me over there. It's just been such a journey and I'm not upset with it. I'm not mad and I'm not like bitter about it. I just know, you know, that I have something to say and I want to be able to come to you guys like genuinely from my heart and know that the people who are going to find me are actually going to be allowed. Okay. Clock the T. I want to know that the people who need my words or need my vision or need my perspective are going to be able to be allowed to find me. Okay. So I really appreciate it. Wait, I remember your name. The Chica Chronicles. I remember your name. Thank you. Thank you, pretty JC. I really just want all of you guys to understand like how much power that you have. You hold so much power. Ooh, Psalms 103. What does it say? Write it in the comments. Psalms 103 just popped up on Justice's phone. Share it with us, boo. Share it with us. Thank you, Kay. Because the power that you have is going to be what brings you through. No one else is going to be able to. This is not the time to wait for somebody to do something for you. This is not the time to ask for permission. We'll ask for forgiveness later. Okay, Pisces? At the end of the day, even if you have Pisces in your chart and Pisces is not your sun sign. Okay, we're gonna wait for you to post it before I pull any more cards. Even if Pisces is not your sun sign, even if you got Pisces in your chart, even if you're a Pisces in spirit, you get what I'm saying? We got to start asking for forgiveness, not permission. We've asked for permission for way too long, and it has held us back because the people we're asking permission from don't understand our vision because they can't see our vision. They don't understand where we're coming from. They don't understand the foresight because not only do you have foresight of the future, you also have cross-referencing of that foresight from the past. You're cross-referencing the foresight that you see about the reality that you're being projected into the future with the information that you know from your past lives. If you really want to go in there. Because your past lives, more than likely, everything that's going on, and I'm going to just be real with you because I don't want anybody to argue about politics on my channel, but I may talk about certain things. What I will say, though, everything that's happening now, history, all it does is repeat itself. All history does is repeat itself over and over again until you learn how to make a better decision. And that's exactly what the fuck is going on right now. Once we all, as a group, as a collective, as humans, humanity, learn how to make a better decision, then we'll be able to experience a new reality. It's a vortex. Yeah, a spiral, a vortex. It's a circle. It's a cycle. And what a lot of folks don't understand is that, that is the case. It's not going to change. We're not going to be able to do anything different until we decide to make a different choice. And as a Pisces, you being able to see that and you being able to have that cross-referencing ability to the past lives that you've lived where you've seen this type of shit play out, you already know what the solution is. All you got to do is sit there for a little minute. All you got to do is go take a shower and you going to see it. All you got to do is go down there to the beach and you going to see it. All you got to do is maybe sit on the toilet. Think I'm playing? I'm being for real. All you got to do is go outside and touch that tree and be like, hey, can you help me figure this out? Wait, I just need your help right now. Let me hit. That's all you got to do. And you're going to see the answer because you're going to connect to that tree. And then the roots are going to connect to the ground. And then those roots are going to connect to the other roots around the world where you've lived your past lives. And it's you, because back then you was holding the tree talking about, show me what I need to see. And you're going to see yourself. That's where all these ideas is coming from. It's coming from you. Which is crazy because I love that show Outlander and I be right all cross-eyed and shit. Tell me what I need to see, God. Show me the way. Listen, don't get me started cracking jokes, y'all. Don't get me started. Man, I'm telling you. Oh my God, I got a galaxy. I don't know that much about TikTok, y'all, but I be seeing people talk shit about those people that be panhandling on TikTok. TikTok is the new jingling change man, okay? And they be like begging for galaxies on TikTok. And I finally got one. Stop. Thank you, Kay. Thank you so much, Kay. I appreciate it. That was so sweet. You guys were almost at 40K likes. This is crazy. This is like the best way to spend my Saturday, bro. Like, I'm having so much fun with y'all. Period. Tika, you said, LOL, you caught me out with... You caught me with Outlander. LOL, my last name. Mick who? Mick Leoid? With Outlander. LOL, my last name. Mick who? Mick Leoid? I don't know. I don't get it. Wait, but I love Outlander though. Oh, so you're Scottish. I get it now. So you Scottish, boo. You a Scottish baby. Mm-hmm. I love Outlander, y'all. I tried to write all out, but if it will not fit, but everyone should go look it up. Okay, no, you're good, Justice. Thank you for trying. Thank you so much. Don't worry about it. So but remind us, it was Psalms 103, right? Let me see if I can look it up. We were waiting on Justice to get us Psalms 103, but it was hard to paste it all in there. So let me see. It was Psalms 103, right? You got me thinking about V103. Smooth Jazz V103 in Chicago. Yeah, Psalms 103. So that could be a channel message. So let's look that up real quick. Cause Justice heard it or saw it pop up on their phone. Okay, so Psalms 103. Okay. Now, which one do I want to look at? What is the full verse of Psalms 103? Praise the Lord, O my soul, all my inmost being, praise his holy name, who satisfies your desires with good things, so that your youth is renewed like the eagles. The Lord works righteously and justice for all the oppressed. The Lord is compassionate and gracious, slow to anger, abounding in love. That is so true. Okay, so you guys, one thing that you have to know about me as somebody who's going to be watching me, I pull information from all sides. And we got to 40K. We got to 40K likes, y'all. Yes. Be sure to follow me if you have not already followed me, okay? So as a spiritual practitioner, I pull information from all sides because it would be ignorant. Oh my God, Kate! Stop it. That is so sweet. Oh my God, thank you. I really appreciate it. They look so pretty when they pop up, child. I just be excited like a child. Y'all remember in what was that movie? The Nutty Professor, when he was like, Hercules. That's what I be feeling. Thank you so much. So you guys, I pull it from all sides, right? I pull the information from everywhere. And I'm not a very religious person. I am not very biblical. Oh, you're so welcome, Kay. Thank you. I appreciate it. Look, listen, I'm not a very religious or biblical person, so to speak, but there are messages everywhere. It doesn't matter what, your original religion was or what you necessarily believe in. You can gain perspectives from everyone and everything around you. And with Psalms 103 and us just reading that, if you want to go read it on your own, you can. It definitely felt like it's basically God's source, spirit, universe, and how God moves in the world, how spirit moves through all of us. And what I was about to tell you guys, with a lot of what it is that you guys are going to have to face, there's going to be a need for you, like we were talking about discernment earlier, and we were talking about setting boundaries earlier. There's going to be a need for you to understand that non-violence is going to be the key. Any situation that leads you to violence, especially that leads you to violence first, is going to be a problem. Any situation or any group that wants you to put your energy into what they're doing or, invest in their cause, if their philosophy is centered upon hatred and negativity and violence and being very negative and divisive, that is not going to lead you towards this Nine of Pentacles, whether it's your philosophy or the philosophy of others that you're including yourself with, right? Your spirit team is trying to guide you towards this independence, towards this financial security, towards the financial stability that you deserve and that you've been working for all this time. But they're not going to be able to do so if you deal with people who are like this, or if you involve yourself in combative situations. They're trying to lead you guys towards a situation or a road or a path that is more peaceful and centered around the love that you have always wanted to see in the world around you. That's going to be the only way that this is actually going to be successful. And I feel like it's going to be necessary and actually maybe even required for a lot of you guys to implement these non-confrontational, combative philosophies in your strategies, okay? Don't attract it. Like I was saying earlier, don't attract the devil to your door, okay? So let me just see real quick. I'm going to see what's hidden that you guys can't see in this situation, or what spirit wants to, give you the heads up about when it comes to what could be hidden. Okay, for Pisces. Oh, you already know. Something you already know. Somebody is going to try to use a secret against you when it comes to whatever this is you're creating. Because for a lot of you guys, this message is about your careers, your businesses. This message is about maybe the activism that you want to participate in, or things that you are passionate about, and the steps that you take creatively to kind of like ignite your passions and execute what you're passionate about. This is what this reading is about for a lot of you guys. But what's hidden is that somebody is spiteful, they're envious, they're jealous, they're willing to win at all costs. This is a person who you probably know. This is somebody who's going to try to use your secrets against you. This is somebody who's going to try to expose you. It's going to be one of those people who come out online and try to give clicks and views by discounting who you are, discounting your message, discounting what you stand for, and trying to make people see you in a negative light. They're going to try to get people to go from seeing you in a positive light to a negative light. You can expect this to happen to me as well. So if you stick around, you can't be no punk ass bitch. You got to be ready for that heat to turn up, baby. You can't be no fair weather follower. This ain't no cult, though. You can come and go as you please. I don't control nobody, okay? But what I'm saying is, you have to be able to judge people on the merit that you see fit based on your intuition and not based on what other people tell you about them. And therefore, simultaneously, you have to be able to understand that if a person is really meant to be in your life, or if a supporter is really meant to support you, or if there's a person who you're really meant to touch, they have to be able to judge you by the merit of your character and not by what other people tell them. If there are people around you who flip on you, and there are people around you who decide that they don't want to support you, or that they don't believe in what you're doing, or that whatever you've done in your past is too much for them to stomach, that's fine. You get what I'm saying? That's okay. But you got to understand that those people would rather believe what they're being told about you than what the reality of you is. And even if what's being said about you is true, you're going to have a thick enough skin to where you're not affected or feeling rejected by what people are trying to say, because a lot of folks are going to see your come up as a way to come up themselves. A lot of people are going to try to ride the coattails of your success or your fame or your affluence and influence so that they can try to carve out a little something for themselves. Don't take it personally. Okay? What's hidden is that if you seek out any of these behaviors of a person that's like the Five of Swords, if you seek out to act like this in any way, shape, or form, you will get spanked. We talked about this last night. You will get spanked. Spirit will not play about checking your ass. Why? Because your spirit team doesn't want you to be in a position where you fumble your bag. If you start acting like this, whatever that you get from that, whatever satisfaction comes from this, whatever vindication comes from this, whatever feeling of winning comes from this is only going to last a very short time. It could only be 5 minutes. It could be 5 seconds. It could be 5 hours. You're going to get your way, but it's not going to make you feel good long term. It's a short-lived experience. So when you go towards things like revenge or being vengeful, spite, and all of that shit, it's a very short-lived victory. It's hollow. So that's why your spirit team spanks you so. That's why they get down and put the belt on you. Because they don't want you to have hollow victories. They want you to have consistent progress and consistent growth, and something that's not just pie in the sky bullshit. They want you to actually have something that's tangible and substantial, and something that can not only build up your future and sustain your lifestyle, but also the lifestyle of your legacy and the people who are going to come after you. But that's what's hidden in the situation. The Seven of Cups. And then look, it's an illusion. So you about to have somebody, I don't know what this is about. I'm not sure exactly who's going to be doing this. Feels like it could be a Scorpio, an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, possibly a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but it really doesn't matter. There's going to be some, there's going to be a lot of stories that are told. There's going to be a lot of lies and illusions that people create in a vengeful, spiteful way about secrets that you have. You know, these blog sites and these tea sites and all these people who make their living off talking shit about other people. I mean, I listen, I told you, I ain't going to judge you. I'm not your mama and I'm not God. But at the end of the day, this is what it is. It's to create an illusion of who you really are. It's to try to blind people from being able to see who you really are. Y'all come on in. Y'all come on in and hit the hearts, y'all. We almost at 45K. That's crazy. So this even, and for some of you, this could even be somebody that's hiding behind some type of anonymous account. These could be lies or they could be truth. But I think what Spirit is saying is that they're going to try to create this illusion that a lot of people hate you or that everybody hates you. That's what I'm getting. It's like somebody's telling secrets about you, gossiping about you, spreading rumors about you, maybe even exposing you, sharing your private information, you know, because Big Brother's always watching. So at the end of the day, I'm doing a collective reading for Pisces who need inspiration. The full video is going to be posted on my YouTube. Click the link in my bio if you want to watch it from the beginning. After it loads and everything, I post it on YouTube a couple days later. So go subscribe over there if you want to see this in full. I was just answering your question, the creator. So you guys need to be prepared for this. Spirit is asking you to be prepared for what's hidden. These are like bots. I'm getting like troll accounts, bot accounts, fake accounts, people who are behind some type of like mass bot farm or something like that. There's a lot that a lot of guys are doing. You would think that, you know, how many subscribers do I have on YouTube? Collectively, between my two channels, I have like 40,000, maybe almost 50,000 subscribers. That's between two different channels. You would think that little old me with 10,000 subscribers on one channel, 15,000, 20,000 on one channel over 5 years, and 20,000 on another channel over 5 years. You would think that I'm not really being paid attention to. So why would I get gang stalked? Why would I get this flood of comments that would come in telling me to go off myself and telling me that I need to just go lay down somewhere and DEAD or DIE? My bad. Why would I get this flood of negativity coming in telling me that I'm blasphemous and I'm so hateful and I'm this and I'm that? To somebody who has less than 50,000 subscribers, why do you think that is? Because it doesn't matter how much you have gained visibility. It doesn't matter how many people know you exist. It doesn't matter if you are popular or famous or you've blown up on social media. If you have a tool or a gift or the ability to change the world for the better and make change, or to make people see the world in a different way, change people's perspectives, they want to get rid of your ass. They do not want you to be somebody who is able to have the opportunity to blow up. You can't tell me that I gained 10,000 subscribers on YouTube back in 2020 in less than 2 or 3 months, and then all of a sudden it stopped. You can't tell me that it wasn't somebody back in the back behind the curtain pulling the puppet strings, because they couldn't let that continue. They couldn't let it continue. They couldn't let me break the threshold of visibility to change people's perspectives. Not only did they have to stop me in terms of my actual ability to grow, and I'm not saying it as a victim, it was a learning lesson and I'm grateful for it, right? But not only did they have to do that, but they also had to gang stalk me in the comments. And I read those comments, and then I start to question myself, and then I start to change my beliefs about what I'm doing and what God called me to do or what spirit led me to do, which then prevents me from being able to execute the assignment that I was given in this lifetime to complete. So what I'm saying all this to say is to tell you that this is what you can expect. This is what's hidden. This is what is basically going to accompany this 9 of Pentacles. We saw the 6 of Wands. This is what's going to accompany this independence, this self-sufficiency, this successful business opportunity. Oh my God, Gypsy, thank you. I don't know why I sent that either. That's crazy. See, they be in here doing shit. You didn't write that. Okay, wait, Gypsy. So when it says in the comments, you said, I watched your live for 100 minutes and then it put those emojis. You said you don't know why it sent that. It sent that without you sending it, right? The app automatically did that, right? So I'm about to prove a point to y'all watching. We're going to wait till Gypsy say back what happened, because I'm about to prove a point to y'all exactly what I said. Yep. And y'all, okay, so y'all see what Gypsy said? I have been here for a while, But I didn't send that. You didn't type that. You didn't send that. Guess why? Exactly what the fuck I said. They got all this AI. Exactly. She said, no, I didn't write that. So what does that tell y'all? See, this is why I love what I do. Because you see how that confirmation just came through as soon as I was talking about that. As soon as I was talking about the bot accounts and the bot farms and all of the fake comments and everything about the gang stalking and how they create these illusions of people hating you and these illusions of people talking shit about you that's not real. And as soon as I said that, the AI within this system sent a comment to me that I could see that Gypsy herself did not write. Show me the lie. Yes, thank you, Kay. Put the brains in the comments if you feel me. Put the brains in the comments if you feel me. That's crazy, right? And they're telling you, they're showing you, they're illustrating to you exactly what's going to happen in the shadows as you elevate to this position. And it's a warning, but it's also for you to be aware. It's not for you to be scared. It's for you to be prepared. I always say that, you guys. It's for you to be prepared. It's not for you to be scared of what's coming. It's for you to be prepared for what's coming so that you know how to govern yourself accordingly. Because they're going to try to trigger you. Whoever these forces are, controlling forces in the background, okay, whoever they are, whatever their plans are, and however you're throwing a wrench in their plans, they're going to try to spur you to action. They're going to try to get you to do something reckless. They're going to try to get you to do something stupid. They're going to try to get you to leap before you look. From the initiation of these fake hostilities that aren't actually real. So Spirit is telling you, hey, you're going to be able to see it. Because you heard me read that comment, Gypsy. In the back of my mind, I didn't know that you didn't type it. Please ignore this. I didn't know that you didn't type it, but it was definitely very uniform in a way. Like it was written in a way that was very like, kind of like inauthentic. But I was, I'm trying to go with the flow, but y'all get what I'm saying. Your intuition is going to tell you where the bullshit is. So you need to use that before you start to take action on things that are not necessary for you to take action on. There's going to be a lot of battles that you don't have to fight. Spirit is telling you to come up with a strategy that's unique to who you are, that allows you to get to your goals without having to fight too many battles and without getting into tussles with people, okay? Thank you, Kay, for those puffs. They so cute, too. So that's what's hidden. Now, I'm going to, before we get the advice, let me pull a few oracle cards. I just want to pull, I pulled some of the other ones last night. Let me pull some of these real quick. Ooh, look at that. At the bottom of the deck, as soon as I pull it out the box, look at this. Y'all see this? Y'all have been suffering in silence. You've been feeling very alone because you have unspoken desires and you feel like your dreams are not going to be able to be realized. And Spirit is trying to tell you not to lose hope. Use this time to learn from the things that you feel are mistakes. Use this time to learn the lessons that Spirit is trying to show you need to be learned so that you can uproot the seed that was planted in you that caused you to doubt yourself. So you can uproot the lies that were told to you. So that you can uproot everything that has been holding you back. And that you can move forward towards what it is that you were always meant to do. Let's see if there's any other information before we get the tarot advice. Because I usually pull 2 advice cards. You guys be sure to follow me up here if you didn't already, okay? Be sure to follow me up there, you guys. And if you want to see this reading back in full, hey, you guys. Thank you for following me. If you guys want to see this reading play back in full, Check out my YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. I got so much content. I got over 2,000 readings over there. And I would suggest if you do go over there, watch the readings that are about 2 years old. Really get into it. If you go back to them, if you go back 2-3 years, you're going to see how wild my ass was, okay? Because I was crazy. Oh, thank you, Kier. I think it's Kier. I'm sorry if I said your name wrong, but thank you so much for those heart hands. Let's see if there's anything else y'all need to know. But I repost these lives. Oh, thank you, Carissa. Yes, I appreciate it. We done got the 50K, y'all. We done got the 50K likes. I'm trying to get to 10K followers. I'm trying to get to 10K followers, y'all. I'm trying to get to 10K followers. Oh, close enough. If you do like the pronunciation breakdown, then I'll know how to say it. But you ain't got to do all that if you don't want to. I just, I didn't want to mess up your name. Okay. I know. Thank you so much. I've already gotten halfway there. I have about 4,000 followers on TikTok right now. I'm just trying to, diversify. I don't want to be panhandling online. I just want to bring people valuable products and services. Okay. But let's see. All right. Spirit, anything else Pisces needs to know when it comes to motivation and inspiration and these messages? Okay. Okay, we have thrills. Continuous cycles, bad decisions, addictions. That's the first card that came out right there. Okay. And then we also have wishful thinking, second chance, deja vu, nostalgia. So you guys are thinking about trying something again. You guys are thinking about making amends with yourself, not with nobody else, with yourself. You guys are thinking about trying something again that you feel like you fucked up in the past. But this time you're going to do it differently than you did before, or this time you're going to take it more seriously than you did before. And that's going to be the difference between the outcome being the same as it was before and it turning into something different and new. I feel like a lot of you have learned from mistakes that you made in the past. You have started to I feel like you guys have already discovered the cycles and you've realized the bad decisions and you've begun to break the chains of addiction. You've already kind of done a lot of that, okay? Period. And by you being able to do those things, it's allowing you a second chance. But you don't have to have wishful thinking. Because listen, I tell my kids all the time, I tell the people over there at YouTube, I tell my subscribers, I tell my kids. And Kay, because Kay, ain't you from YouTube, Kay? I believe you from YouTube, because Diane was in here earlier. She from YouTube. And yes, okay, see, that's what I'm saying. Okay. My people found me. I'm so happy my people found me. Anyway, I tell them all the time, right, that I know somebody gonna expose me. You get what I'm saying? If it ain't my baby daddy, my youngest son's dad, I don't think my ex-husband would expose me. I don't think he would do that. I don't think he would do that. But I know my youngest son dad would probably try to expose me. I know some people in my family would probably try to expose me. And I know at some point in the future, if I rub my kids the wrong way, they might try to throw me under the bus. But I don't think they would do that right now. But you never know how things go. I say all that to say, there are people who are mad because I wouldn't fuck them. There are people who are mad because I didn't want to play their game. There are people who are mad that I didn't let them walk all over me. There are people scattered all over the world. Not all over the world, hopefully not, but there are people who are scattered around that if I was to get into a position, because I feel like this is what some of y'all are dealing with, that could be causing you some hesitation subconsciously about pursuing your goals. And I want to, let you know. That's why I told you, if you're going to be over here, you got to have thick skin, because more than likely, you probably going to hear some crazy shit about me after a while. Somebody going to expose me, and I don't want to speak it into existence, but I'm not delusional, right? I know that there are people out there who don't necessarily agree with what I say, And there may be some people out there who don't like certain things that I've done in the past, because there are things that I've done that are human. I'm not perfect. Please don't put me on a pedestal, because I will disappoint you. But I will do my best to try to show up in the way that I would want somebody to show up for me. And you cannot be afraid of what it is that you feel like you've quote unquote done in your life. You can't be afraid of the people who you've laid down with. You can't be afraid of the ratchet shit you did. You can't be afraid of the lies that you may have told. You can't be afraid of your shadow. Because at the end of the day, it was created and it's being used by controlling forces that see that as a tool to stop you from achieving the dreams that you set out to achieve. You can't let that stop you. You can't think just because you made mistakes or just because you had to learn some lessons that you can't do what it is that you came here to do. Look at the man. Okay, so listen, what's happening to this man? We fall down, but we get up. Who's this? We fall down, but we get up. Who's going through some shit right now with emails? who got the emails exposed? We fall down, but we get up. What'd he say? For a saint is just a sinner who fell down and got up. Okay? Ain't that? Get back up again. Hey, period K. Thank you. Who is that man? Is that Marvin Sapp? Ain't that the man who in the news right now for grooming somebody at his church? So I'm just saying, you get what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's right for you to take advantage of people. What I'm saying is, it's irony in that, right? It's irony in that. It's always going to be, it's always going to be something that somebody is going to be able to say about you to try to convince people that you're not meant to be doing what you're doing, or that you're not meant to be where you are. It's always going to be somebody with a stick up their ass with the name Karen stamped on their forehead telling folks that they don't need to listen to you. But the point about it is, if you do these things and if you take these steps to uproot the seeds that were planted that created the darkness within you, or the doubts within you, or the fear within you, or, created this unfortunate set of events where you made decisions that you may not necessarily agree with right now, then you can prevent yourself from making those situations worse in the future, or making decisions like that in the future, right? People can talk about all of us. None of us are perfect. We're all human. But the more you're able to look your shortcomings and your shadows and the things that you're ashamed of in the face, the more you're able to look the devil in the face, the less shame that you're going to feel about it. The more you're able to be real with yourself about the things that you fucked up on, is the easier that it will be for you to change your perspective and change the things that you do, it'll be like, okay, if they talk about you and what you did back 10 years ago, then they can't say that you're doing the same thing now. You get what I'm saying? Because you weren't afraid to look at that shortcoming and you weren't afraid to change it. So it's like, yeah, you could talk about what I did back then. You could talk about the person I was back then when I was out there in the cut with you at chit chats and scallywags and all that. But you can't say that's who I am right now. The problem arises when you don't want to face the truth of who you are. The problem arises when you don't want to deal with the reality of your shadows and the darkness that's within you, and you act like it's not there, because then it pops up at inconvenient times. Then it starts popping up at inopportune times. Then it starts rearing its ugly head when you don't want it to. I would rather deal with the reality of decisions that I made and own up to it and be the one to say, yeah, that was me. That was me on that there videotape. Ride 'em, cowboy. Okay? I'm just joking. I don't think it's no tapes out there of me. It might be, bitch. I don't know. But I don't think so. But if that's what I had to do, that's me on that there videotape. That's me. Yep. What were you thinking? You're a horrible example. Listen, I'm only human. I was thinking that I made the best decision that I could with the information I had at the time, bitch. That's what I was thinking. Thank you. You get what I'm saying? Yeehaw. Okay, next time I say yeehaw, I'll be forgetting. But, you know, I think Spirit just wants you to know that you can have a second chance. And your choices, your decisions, your past is not something that's going to stop you from being able to do what it is that you feel called to do. You should still do it. Yeah. Nightmares, broken dreams, shattered, daydreaming. Yeah. Y'all got to get over that. Y'all got to y'all got to say fuck it. Y'all got to say fuck it. Because every time you build something up and you feel like it gets destroyed, it just means you're 10 times better now at building it up again and making it last. The more practice you have, the easier it gets, okay? Now let's just get some advice and then we're going to head out of here because I stayed in here longer than I thought I was. Y'all, we are at 57K likes, you guys. Thank you so much. Y'all hit them hearts, hit them hearts. Be sure to follow me if you have not already, you guys, okay? What is the advice for Pisces who need this inspiration in here watching now or later, Spirit? Ooh, the title reversed. Interesting. Ooh, Ace of Pentacles, Four of Swords. So, if you commit to an opportunity that you're investing in right now, there's going to be peace in the future. I also feel like if there's an idea that you have for some type of title, specifically a title of something like the title of a movie, a book, a TV show, a channel, a page, don't share it with anybody. Keep that shit quiet. Stop telling people your business, asking them if you should do it or not. Remember at the beginning, I told y'all, we're not asking for permission anymore. We're asking for forgiveness if it's even necessary. We're not asking for permission to do the things that we want to do by asking people, oh, do you think this is a good idea? Don't, Cut that shit out. Cut it out. We're not doing that. Oh, do you think this will be a good title? You know if it's a good title, put it on there. And if you want to change it, you can change it later. Oh, do you think it would be a good concept for me to write about this and it? No. Shut your mouth. Shh. Wait. Yep. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Okay? Some of you guys have an opportunity or a job that's coming in from a respectable corporation or a respectable company. I don't know what this is, but it's the Hierophant. Some of you might be getting hired at the bank. This could be an organization. This could be a bank. It could be an institution of some kind. Some of you may be teachers or professors or going into that sphere. I don't like the fact that it hid your comment. Wait, hold on, Kier. I think it's Kier. Hold on, wait. I might be wrong, child. Let me just approve your comment because I don't like when they be hiding y'all's comment because it make it seem like you doing something you ain't supposed to be doing. And you're not. Haters reveal when you're shining. So this is an opportunity that's coming in. Some of you guys have been consistent with what you're doing. If you've been consistent and you're like, oh my God, when are the clouds going to break through? When is the sun going to break through the clouds? Oh, it's coming. Probably during Taurus season for a lot of you guys. Y'all got a lot of Taurus season stuff going on. Earth sign energy. September, Virgo season is significant. The earth signs are significant for you guys this year. Dang, we done hit 60K, y'all. Can we get to 100K before we up out of here? Let's go and get it to 100K before we up out of here. We might as well. So Taurus season, an opportunity could be being offered to you. That's going to be at the end of, Taurus season. Yes, it's the end of April. The beginning of May. And then the Hierophant is a 5. So that's probably going to be around May, Taurus season. The sun is going to come out, or there's going to be some type of illumination or an opportunity or an offer that's going to come towards you from some type of authority figure. Yeehaw! Yeehaw! I did it. you, Kier. Yeah, this is a solid opportunity, but it's about what you do with it. It's only potential. You have to make it what it's supposed to be, right? There it is. Period. You got to make it what it's supposed to be. You can't allow for someone else to have to step in and tell you what you need to do with this opportunity. It's about your consistency. It's about how you seize the moment. It's about you getting out of your comfort zone, and that will determine how this opportunity plays out. But with the title reversed, I would not tell anyone about it. I would not tell anyone what this is about. And I would be very, yeah, because this Four of Swords is here. I would just be very cautious of who you include in this opportunity or who you allow to be aware of your circumstances changing. This is going to be something that you prayed for or that you asked for. You're going to be afraid, but you need to go into it. There is nothing that you lack. You're going to be afraid that you don't have what it takes, or that people are going to reject you. That is a lie. That is not true. This is how you're going to feel. You're going to feel like your prayers have been answered. You're going to feel like this peace is coming to you. See, look at, what did I just tell y'all? What did I just tell y'all earlier? What did I just tell y'all earlier about them bots? Gorgeous goddess with no face on your motherfucking account. Gorgeous goddess in here talking shit. What did I just tell y'all earlier about the bot farms? We almost at, we done reached 60K likes, and here come this old funny looking, no faced, I want to write in all caps motherfucker talking about me with my fake eyelashes and my wig. I love my wig, bitch. I got wigs for days. If any brands want to send me a wig for me to use in my readings when I talk to my Pisces, feel free to reach out. You get what I'm saying? I know that's somebody fake. It doesn't even matter to block them, because they got 1,000 different accounts. I know that's fake. Oh, see, this is further confirmation of whatever I'm telling you. This is the answered prayer, baby. I know I'm gorgeous, Kay. Thank you. I don't give a damn what these hoes say. You think I give a damn? I bought the eyelashes. I know they fake. That's the type of shit that used to bother me. You don't bother me, child. Exactly, girl. Reminded me to fix this shit. Reminded me to get it together. Let me get my curls together, honey. Let me get my hair together. Let me get my hair. Yeah. Bitch. Okay. See, that's the stuff. And look at what came out when that nonsense was happening. Look at what I'm trying to show you here. Eight of Swords is fear, and fear of something that you can't see, but ain't nothing really there. Five of Pentacles is lack or insecurities, and the Four of Cups is depression or feeling rejected. This is what you're going to be afraid of. This is what you're going to be afraid of when this opportunity is being offered to you. That spirit is basically telling you to ignore, to silence. People are going to love you, baby. People love you already now, even if they're not even in a body. You have spirits, guides, ancestors, angels, your entire spirit team, everybody who came before you, who sacrificed to be here to protect you. If you had anybody who passed away in your life, if you had parents who passed away, children who passed away, siblings, friends, people who you love and care about, grandparents, a lot of them knew that their life was going to expire, but that they could do more for you in the spirit realm than they could ever do in their physical body. You got so many people supporting you. You got your ancestors making sacrifices for you on a different timeline in the past because they feel you and they know you're going to exist right now to do whatever this is that God, spirit, universe is calling you to do. You don't got to worry about none of these hoes out here talking shit. They don't mean nothing. The only person that you need to be looking at is you. The only person you need to be competing with is you. The only person you need to be concerned about when it comes to how they feel about what you're doing is you. And once you do that, ain't none of these raggedy, fat-fingered assholes out here who behind these computers at these bot farms and at these troll farms, can't none of them say nothing to you. You just got chilled through your whole body when I said that. What? Oh my God, Harriet. I'm just saying. It ain't nothing but straight facts. At the end of the day. It's so funny too, because those of y'all, the people who know me from YouTube, who know what I've been through and who've seen me go through that gang stalking shit, y'all know that really used to get to me. I used to cry. I used to go to sleep at night crying because my intentions, I really wanted to help people. Like, I've been through a lot of shit in my life, y'all. And if I told y'all my story, and if I told y'all the things that I've experienced in my life, it may not be as bad as what you've experienced, because we all have our own individual stories. But I've lived a life that made me had to grow up fast. And I used to cry at night because when I started my channels, I was like, damn, I just want to help people and girls and, you know, like young girls in their early 20s. I started my channel when I was past 25. I wanted to help the 18-year-olds, the 17-year-olds, the girls who were coming up that didn't have a mom to show them, you know, the things that I had to learn the hard way. I wanted to help those type of women and young girls. I wanted to help people no matter what their gender, age, or identification was. I wanted to help them to be able to see that just because everybody else rejected them doesn't mean that the world was going to reject them. And I got hit with all this hatred. I cried every day. I was sad. I was angry. I was frustrated. But I went within myself and I said, if I, you know, after a while, after I let myself go through the cycle of pain and sadness, I asked myself if I was going to let that shit stop me. And my mama ain't raised no punk ass bitch. And you see me sitting here right now. Obviously, I didn't let it stop me. No matter what I had to go through, no matter what I had to sacrifice, no matter what I lost, I didn't let that shit stop me. So that when little Miss Big Head or whoever the fuck just left that raggedy comment came up here and tried to try me and you know, attack me, especially when it comes to my looks, what happened? I got my 7 chuckles because that shit was funny. And now it rolls off my back because I allowed myself to go into the darkness. I allowed myself to see the parts of myself that were weak so that I could become more strong. And that's all that spirit wants you guys to do. Losing my son has been unbearable and I'm still standing. Yes, exactly. You're not, but it hasn't overtaken you though. You're still here. Harriet, you said, I write spiritual poetry and I've been afraid to publish, but I know that it's part of my mission. Okay, so you asking, should you publish it? We already got this coming out. It says, yes, take action. Okay? Don't be afraid. I think that would be beautiful. Make sure you get all of your legal things in order. Make sure you have, whatever y'all are doing, make sure you have your copyrights, your trademarks. Oop, I'm not trying to flip y'all off. My bad. Make sure you have your copyrights, your trademarks, your legal paperwork, everything in order, okay? Let's get some advice, then we're going to head up out of here, y'all. Thank you so much. We made it to 67.5K likes. Thank you guys so much who have been damn near breaking your thumbs. Liking the video, liking the live. The creator said, does any Pisces feel like they're at a crossroads lately? Yeah. I feel like I'm at a crossroads. I feel like that energy is going to persist because of the astrology. Just to let y'all know, I'm not an astrologer, but I do watch several astrologers. Yes. We are going to be probably feeling like we're at a crossroads. I think, isn't it Uranus and Pisces or something like that? Or Neptune and Pisces? the astrological alignment. I think we're all gonna, yeah. I love it. Y'all know I'm a big kid. Y'all know I'm a big ass kid. But I feel like it's not just Pisces, it's everybody, but it's affecting us because I think something about Uranus and Pisces or something like that. And you're going to feel like you're at a crossroads, but I'm going to tell you what the solution is to that. Let me tell y'all what the solution is. The solution is, number one, to use your intuition and discernment and go within to figure out what really requires your attention and what does not. Number two is that whatever crossroads you feel like you're being faced with, more than likely the decision that's correct is going to be the decision that makes your heart feel the best. Like, what, follow your heart, okay, basically is what I'm saying. And the third solution to that is to look at the evidence and gather evidence, because it's not good to make a decision only from a spiritual place. You have to balance spirituality and practicality when it comes to the things that you do. So once you look at a situation from all angles and you figure out which decision you would be following your heart with, then you have to go and look at the evidence of the situation and see whether the evidence shows promise and possibility or whether it shows more stagnancy and negativity. And that's how you'll be able to figure that out. Oh, read creator's comment. Let me see. I'm 20 and I feel lost at some times, but I do feel like I'm meant for something greater. You are. It's natural to feel lost. It's natural, especially in your 20s. Everybody tries to tell you that in your 20s, you're supposed to have it all figured out. Everybody tries to get you to think that in your 20s you're supposed to have it all figured out. You're not. I'm 33 and I don't have that shit figured out. I'm still walking around confused. And sometimes that's just how it is. Sometimes you're in a position where you're just going to be confused. But what I tell you, creator, is that, look, if you know that there's something here that you're meant to do, right? More than likely, whatever that is something that you've already been doing. It's something that you've already been doing your whole life. It's going to be something that subconsciously has played out in your life from the beginning. Now, figuring out how you're supposed to like hone in on it, figuring out how you're supposed to isolate it and tweak it, figuring out how you're supposed to really iron it out could be a little bit of a challenge, because it's going to be connected to what you love to do or what you feel your heart is drawn to. But it's more than likely going to be something that you love to do or what you feel your heart is drawn to. But it's more than likely going to be something that you've been doing your whole life. And sometimes you just have to let yourself be led. Sometimes you just have to go off on those roads and those tangents, even if it doesn't feel like you're going in the right direction, even if it feels like a detour or it feels like a setback or a roadblock or some type of traffic jam. You still have to kind of navigate through those things and allow yourself to have those experiences, because it leads you to where you're meant to go. Can y'all still see me? Because now they fucking with the live, talking about unable to connect. Can y'all still see me? Put a yes in the comments if y'all can still see and hear me. Kier says, it's always something that others have tried to weaponize. Uh-oh, we done made it to 70K, y'all. Yeah, okay, so that is a good point. Okay, good. Y'all can still see and hear me. Kier said it's always something that other people try to weaponize. It could also be something, creator, that other people have tried to get you to give away for free. It kicked you out the live? I bet it did. But you made it back. That's why I be telling people, y'all better follow me, because they will try to get me to disappear. They will try to disappear me from your timeline before you're able to follow me, because they don't want you to get this good juice. Yeah, the essence. Exactly. If ever you're lost and you don't know which direction to go, just sit down for a minute. Sit down for a minute. Take a rest. Get you something to drink. Get you some refreshment, bitch. Because it's like your innards will tell you where you need to go and what the next steps are. And if you sit down for a minute, you're like, okay, I made a decision. I want to go in this direction. That's also a good choice too. Whenever you're ready, you got to go with your own flow. You can't go with the flow that other people expect for you. And once you sit with yourself and you ask yourself what direction you really want to go in, and you start going in that direction and it just don't feel right, and it just ain't hitting on shit, and you just don't get any type of like reciprocation back from your effort, you know that's not the right direction. So where do you go after that? You go the opposite way. You go this way now. And you keep doing that, and it's trial and error. You keep doing that until something starts to until it starts to get smooth and easier. And it's not going to be easy the whole time, but it's going to smooth itself out eventually. And you're going to start seeing that there's more gain than there is loss. And that's what you continue to follow until your path deviates again. But it's okay not to know. It's okay not to know where you're meant to go or what you're meant to do. It's okay to be confused for a little bit, but it's not okay to just stop necessarily because you have that confusion. There needs to be active rest. There needs to be intention and purpose behind everything that you do. And if your intention and purpose is aligned with you, it's going to feel natural and it's going to fall into place. And again, like Kier said, more than likely it's something that other people tried to weaponize in the past and benefit from for themselves, that it was actually your gift. Or it's something that, you know, you've been doing for the longest time that you kind of have questioned because people tried to make you feel like it was a bad idea or it was just something that was weird. People used to tell me all the time that I was weird, but I've been reading horoscopes in the newspaper. Some of y'all are so young, more than likely, that you don't remember the newspaper. I used to read the horoscopes in the Sunday paper in like the 90s. And it's crazy to say that. I used to read horoscopes in the Sunday paper and the comic section. That was the two sections of the newspaper. When my mama used to make me walk to the corner store in Chicago to get the Sunday paper, I would ask her for two sections of the paper, and it was the comics and the horoscopes. Before I was 10 years old, since I could read, that's what I was reading. Then I grew up watching all these shows back in the 90s and the early 2000s where it was focused on vampires and witches and all this other witchy shit. Oh, go ahead, Justice. I'm glad you made it. Enjoy your day. Enjoy the rest of your day. You get what I'm saying? And it's always been that. So it's like there's going to always be something within you that kind of shows you what you're meant to be doing. But it's going to kind of be something that you may have to dig a little bit to figure out. You got to connect the dots. So I hope that helped you. I don't know if you're still in here, creator, but I hope that helped you. But let me go ahead. I'm going to get just overall advice. If you guys are just coming in, be sure to follow me, you guys. Hit the little hearts for me. We got to 72K. That's crazy. I really appreciate all your support, all of the gifts that you guys have sent. I'm going to get an advice card for you guys. But if you want to see this reading in full, check out my YouTube channel. The link is in my bio. And you can subscribe over there because I repost all of these videos that we do live on the channel a few days afterwards, because you got to let it takes time for it to process. So once it processes and I can get it uploaded over there, I'm going to post it over there. I'm going to post the one we did last night. And you want to follow because there's a lot of good information. Oh my God, look at the fireworks. Oh, that was so cute. Thank you, Kier. I feel so bad. Okay. Okay, overall, what is the advice for Pisces when it comes to these messages? Ruby. There's no place like home. The Ruby Slippers. The Wizard of Oz. That's a crazy movie. Okay, some of y'all might need to go look up The Wizard of Oz. Maybe go refresh yourself. Now, Ruby says, infinity. Stop. Okay. Now, what have we been talking about for those of y'all who've been in here the whole time? Stop acting so small. You are the universe in ecstatic motion. We've been talking about this the whole time. Stop acting small. Stop downplaying your gifts. Stop downplaying your ability. Stop acting like you need to stand in the back and you need to let other people get in front of you. You don't have to be in a rat race or no fucking competition. You just need to believe in who you are and stand on that shit. That's all it is. Stand on it. Don't give up your gifts and your abilities for free to people who don't actually appreciate it. That's why the fuck I'm over here now. Because if I'm going to be giving them to people, I'm going to give them to people who deserve it. And when I do give them to people, I'm going to make sure folks understand through the level of execution that it ain't nothing to be played with. Okay? Because if you sensitive, you can't be over here. If you sensitive or you have sensitive tendencies, this ain't the place for you. With love and respect, I wish you well. But stop playing it small, Pisces. That's not the move right now. Now, Meteorite says, unexpected. The finest pleasures are always the unexpected ones. Some of you guys definitely have something unexpected coming. And I feel like it has to do with this opportunity. Spirit is like, hey, we about to surprise you. We about to give you a nice birthday surprise. More than likely, it could happen on your birthday. But these are going to be the surprises that are the best. Thank you, Kay. Okay. Now, it says, chastelight, unwavering tenacity. Temper us in fire and we grow stronger. When we suffer, we survive. So you don't have to keep suffering, but you've survived a lot of suffering. You've survived a lot of pain. You guys have overcome a lot of challenges and you will continue to do so in the near future. But one thing about it is that a lot of you, if you really think about what you've been through and how far you've come and what you've overcome, you will probably shock yourself and be like, dang, I am strong. I did that. I overcame that. I remember when that happened. Yeah. Doggone right. Doggone right. So don't ever forget what you've been through. Appreciate and be grateful for your past. Appreciate and be grateful for all the people who did you dirty. Appreciate and be grateful for all the folks who lied, cheated, stole, all that negative shit that you want to put behind you. Put it behind you, but rejoice in it. Because had it not been for those flames of heat and fire that you had to walk through, you wouldn't be the diamond that you are today. So I'm going to leave you with that. Thank you, Pisces, for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys for all of those gifts. I appreciate you so much. It means so much to me that you guys are getting good vibes from the messages. Thank you to everyone who came in and followed me. Be sure to follow me before you leave out. We got to 75.8K and counting. And that is because of our collaboration. So I just want you guys to know that I love and support all of you. If you want to check out the videos on my page, be sure to do so after this live. Be sure to follow me. Be sure to save a video so you can come back, because they will try to get you to disappear. They'll try to get me to disappear from you and you won't be able to find me again. So be sure to save something. Subscribe to my YouTube if you want to go see this in full. It's in my bio. If you want a personal reading and you want me to read for you and you're not scared, because I know it could be a little scary. But if you want me to read for you personally, the link is, everything is in my LINKTREE. It's in my bio. Most importantly, I love y'all. Enjoy your Saturday. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Stay safe. And as I always say, remember, Pisces, Kay, you already know. A lot of my ladies that were in here that are from YouTube dipped out. But as I always say, Pisces, don't let, if you hear anybody else say this, they stole it from me, bitch. What do we say at the end? This is our circle, booze. This is our circle, booze. I used to do it when I did the camera down. I used to do this is our circle, booze, but this is our circle, booze. Yes! All right, let me go. I'm yelling and shit. Anyway, let me go, y'all. I will see y'all next time. I told y'all I'm going to be live more often. I love you guys. Enjoy your weekend. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.